Hi, I'm Jeremiah Prophet, and welcome to another episode of Prophet's Resurrection Land Cruisers TV. Today, we're going to take a suggestion from one of our most valued viewers, and his idea was to let the guys who work here show you the Toyotas that they drive every day. Later in this episode, we're going to feature this awesome 60 series build on an 80 series chassis. It's a body-off Resto-mod, and you're going to love it. But before we get to that, let's go talk to some of our employees and look at their personal Toyotas. So stay tuned.
All right, as you know, or may not know, I'm Chad. I do not have a Land Cruiser, but I do have a Tacoma. I've had this thing since like 2004, so I try to take as best of care of it as I humanly possibly can. It's not a 4x4, it's a pre-runner. Don't hate on me, I'm from Arizona. We like to go down trails and not four-wheel drive as much. It's given me no problems. All I've had to do is put a new head gasket on the darn thing. JP keeps trying to talk me into something Land Cruiser-wise, but I just can't seem to do it just yet.
I finally found a Land Cruiser I really like. It's a 70 series Prado. I think I might trade in my Tacoma for that thing.
I'm Jordy. This is my Land Cruiser. It's a 2024, and unfortunately this happened without warning, and so there's bird crap on it, and it rained earlier this week, so it's dirty. I wash it all the time and keep it super clean. And I also park it in my special parking spot that I have earned and fought long and hard for in the shade, so I can protect it from UV damage. What a fantastic ride this has been, though. I really do enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Roy. This is my personal Toyota. I got a couple Land Cruisers, but I put this together working here to go out and explore and adventure. I like going out and taking my kids hiking and camping, so that's what I built this for. More and more I've been getting into showing my kid what I used to do as a kid, and we've been looking around for fossils and all kinds of cool stuff. I've been getting into like gemstone hunting with all the mountains around here. We find some pretty cool spots.
Yeah, and he makes jewelry too. Rings and necklaces with the gemstones that he finds in LPs. He makes knives and leather stuff, and this is craftsman right here.
Just like making stuff.
Yep.
Cruisers is one of them.
So this is Kieran. Kieran is actually our exchange technician at the time. He's from a long ways away. I'll let him say where. And he has a really cool Land Cruiser that he's built. And it's not here, but he's going to show us some pictures of it. So, Kieran?
So, hi everyone. Yeah, I came all the way from Germany, quite a long way. And I think I came to the right spot. So, I basically started to get on the dark side, I'd say 5 years ago, where I drove to the Netherlands and bought the cheapest 60 series I could find. So the plan was to restore it to original spec, but I went down the wrong path and ended up with a sprung over 60 series, full roll cage, 37s, and yeah.
Wrong path maybe for there, but the right path for Moab, Utah.
Yeah.
And Montrose, Colorado, and the San Juans, and all of the playground we have around us.
But definitely not Europe, that's for sure.
Is there even any wheeling there, like private parks or public land, any place to drive off-road?
You have private parks over there, so how it works is I have to put my car on the trailer and drive it all the way to the park, get insurance, which is hard to get over there, so basically it's a mission impossible to go wheeling in Germany.
You see all those mountains I've seen in Sound of Music. I thought you just drive over them.
Go to jail.
Go to jail.
Yeah. So I removed the body and dipped the frame to remove all the rust. Did all the axle work. I swapped to 488s to trying to make the 37s work. I decided I wanted to learn how to weld and do some tube work, built my whole roll cage. So that was the first stuff I actually welded, and that's exactly how it looks today. So if I look at the car today, I think like, oh, what have I done? But I guess that's how it works. And yeah, did some small body stuff to it, but it's been on its side once before. So I just didn't touch the roof or anything else, but the whole underneath is all done, and yeah, ready to just sit in the garage and not being driven because I can't drive it legally on German roads.
Well, we're gonna change that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get it out there and people will see this episode and one day see your rig on the trail and say, this is the one you were talking about. All right, awesome. So this is one of my Land Cruisers. It's actually my most recent acquisition and therefore my favorite at the time. It is a 1991 FJ60 and I'm excited because I just got my personalized plates yesterday. Gray market. It's actually got a branded title. The title is branded gray market, which I've never seen before, but it's cool because it is kind of gray market and it's gray. It's a double meaning. This is a restoration that a different shop started, but I finished it up, and I've done a lot of cool stuff to it, including adding a turbo to the 1HZ and an intercooler, and I finished it out. And it's filthy right now because this was in Moab for Cruise Moab, and I got it dirty, and I haven't had time to clean it up. It's a blast to drive. My favorite thing about this is it has a 40-gallon tank, an extended range tank, which means I can drive it for a whole week back and forth to my house without filling up, and that's a huge bonus. We're walking out to one of Alex's creations. Alex has lots of projects and lots of Land Cruisers, and he's always working. As soon as he finishes one, he starts another one. So this is the mad scientist's latest project.
Okay.
It's not bolted down.
No, it's never bolted down because I work on it every weekend.
You want to put this up?
I can put my ghetto hood prop rod up.
It's gonna get scratched.
Oh, this is the lifelong project of my 80 series. And I don't know, go big or go home. Yes, it's turboed. And I went all the way. Which,
So what's interesting is there was an LS in this.
yes.
And that's now not in this, and this is in this. So tell me all about what you've done and how big a turbo and what you think this is gonna produce.
So far I've done R35 coil injectors. I've put a full Haltech system in it. It has a, I think, 72 millimeter turbo on it. I distributor deleted it. It runs my crank and cam. I have an entire ProTune intake system with 1000 cc injectors, 3-inch or 2.5-inch intercooler tubes all the way through. It's all drive-by-wire.
He can't be like the rest of us.
No.
It has to be different. He has to be different than the rest of us.
We're estimating probably about 750 to 900 horse. I don't know. See? It'll probably blow up the transmission.
I like how you tucked the intercooler in.
Yeah,
That's
it's in there.
And there's still an AC condenser.
Oh, there's a radiator, AC condenser, intercooler, transmission cooler, power steering cooler. It's all in there.
And this is, so this is version what, like 3.0 of this truck? Something like that?
Yeah, probably.
It's actually a pickup, which you shall soon see. We've convinced Alex to go get his keys so he can start it because this sounds really cool. This is, I said version 3.0, I don't even know how many versions. Alex has been working on this truck for, I don't know, 12 years. And he gets it almost done and then something about it he doesn't like, and so he starts over. I think this is the final version though, but he's never actually driven this, it's never been on the road. I mean, but it's a cool creation. We had to pull this FJ60 outside in the sun just to capture how pretty this Freeborn red is. As I said, this is a 1983 FJ60, but it's one of our 80 series chassis builds. So this 60 has been plopped on top of a modified FCJ80 chassis. The 80 series chassis builds like this offer unbeatable suspension, steering, and braking that you just can't get with a regular 60 series chassis. Let's go over those enhancements. First of all, the suspension. FJ80s had live axles that were coil sprung all the way around. Everybody knows that that's going to be a better ride both on and off the highway. Additionally, 1993 and up FZJ80s offered four-wheel disc brakes, and in this case we have even enhanced those with huge power brake disc brakes up front. Lastly, the steering is upgraded with a larger steering box than a 60 series had and arguably better steering geometry. Another upgrade that the 80 series chassis offers is the availability of ABS brakes. And in this case, we've retrofit the 60 to have functioning ABS brakes even with a manual transmission. All of those features that the 80 series chassis affords make it a much better home for this. This, of course, is an LS3. And in this case, we've got it coupled to a Toyota H55F 5-speed transmission. Say what you will about engine swaps, this right here is the only way to get a Land Cruiser legal in California, and it offers a lot in terms of serviceability and support. Even though the LS3 is arguably the most supported engine conversion in the world, we still have our way of doing it. All of the related bracketry for the engine swap, the custom radiator, engine mounts, and transmission crossmember are all designed and built in-house. So one of the things you might notice if you look under the hoods of pretty much any of our restorations is the use of lots and lots of these Toyota hose clamps. Toyota hose clamps are far superior to worm drive hose clamps for a bunch of reasons, including the fact that they just don't loosen up or leak. They also look a lot better in my opinion, and they're available in every size you need, so Toyota hose clamps all the way, even if it's not a Toyota drivetrain. So these are the hose clamps we keep in stock. If you learn how to use these, they're actually not that bad to use. The Toyota part number has a secret to them. The last two numbers of the part number are actually the inside diameter of the hose clamp in millimeters. So these ones that are, you would think of normally as a 5/8 hose clamp, are actually 20 millimeters. So let's talk about the inside of this FJ60 restoration. So as you can see, it looks pretty darn stock. That's because we've used a lot of factory replica materials, including this really cool replica cloth from SMS Fabrics. For the floor, we've got rubber floor mats from Lloyd's Mats and a brand new carpet kit underneath that, and plenty of Dynamat under that for sound deadening. Dig a little deeper into the interior of this restoration though, you'll notice a couple of differences. The first is the addition of Dakota Digital instrumentation. Starting with the check engine light that we have screen printed over the original choke light for maximum cool factor. Why the ABS button, you say? Well, that's because in some situations, like when you're in low range, you don't want ABS, but in this case we had to make that a manual feature because the transfer case has no way to tell the computer that it's in low. And this ABS light that monitors the anti-lock braking system that we were able to use because it's on an 80 series chassis. Up front we have our PRLC standard Tuffy box with our modified lid with a cell phone tray and an escutcheon for the button so you aren't bumping your elbow on it. Other features of this interior are seat heaters, which you can see use 80 series switches in the Carling switch bezels, which is a really cool way of doing it. To keep that retro look that the client wanted, we installed one of our retro stereos in the dash of this 60 with some custom 3D printed mounts. The dashboard in this FJ60 was re-vacuum formed to look brand new, and the supporting metal was removed and painted. The interior lighting has been upgraded with our 3D printed brackets that support Baja Design's interior lights, and the rear passenger seat has of course been upgraded to include 3-point retractable seat belts and headrests. In the back, however, it's anything but retro. This has our new speaker panel system that houses a subwoofer, 2 speakers, and an amplifier. To protect this interior, the windows have all been tinted with 70% ceramic tint, which provides a lot of UV protection. It would be a shame to feature this entire completely drivable Land Cruiser and not drive it, so let's go for a ride. Kind of a mismatch to have a 5-speed with an LS3. I love that the client had us keep it because that just means he's trying to keep it old school. Probably anti-theft device having a manual transmission these days. And it's just really important, I think, to keep some manual transmission cars around. So anyway, it's not the best thing though. I think an LS3 6L80 would outrun this thing would run circles around it because of the time it takes to shift. But it's still fun. Thanks for watching this episode of Profits Resurrection Land Cruisers TV. As always, like and share. We want to spread this far and wide. And if you've got extra time, check us out on Instagram. There we are Pro Cruiser. Facebook is Profits Resurrection Land Cruisers. And then, of course, there's the website, resurrectionlandcruisers.com. Thanks for watching.
Do I match? I'm matching.
Yep, you're matching.
I only have one shirt with red on it, except for my Valentine's Day shirt with Snoopy on it.
Well,
So this is my matching shirt.
awesome.
All right.
All right, go do your Toyota thing. We'll just throw that in the bloopers. Do it, jump.
Woo!
And we're gonna feature some of our employee rigs and let them tell you about Today we're okay, sorry. And feature some employees' rigs. So